Hello my dear friends, you're on the Military Summary channel. In this short update we're going to discuss the events that took place during the previous 10 hours on the territory of Ukraine. The Ukrainian sources are saying, and the Russian sources confirms that during this night, according to the local time, there was another wave of drone attack all over the territory of Ukraine. The Russians were mainly attacking the towns that located along Dnipro River from the south to the north. If you take a look at the Russian sources map, we're going to find some icons in this area. And Kiev and Dnipro were the towns that were mainly attacked by the Russian drones. We still haven't received any piece of information about the damage that the Russians managed to deal. Furthermore, we haven't received any piece of information about the numbers of drones from the Russian side that they used during that attack. But the Ukrainians are saying that they counted around 15 drones during this night, according to the local time. And also the Ukrainians are saying that they managed to shut down 13 drones from 15. Of course, it's up to you to believe or not this information. Let's continue. Now let's return back to the Zaporozhye, Gulyai-Polye and South Donetsk front line. If you remember yesterday, the previous video, we discussed about the fact that the Russians took a decision to dismiss or to send on endless vacation General Muradov, who was responsible for storm operation of Pavlovka and Ugledar. Maybe he was also responsible for offensive operation in Zaporozhye during the previous months, who knows. But yesterday, right after video, the Russian sources published the name of the next general who is responsible from now on for this area. This is the general. His first name is Kuzmenko, and in 2015 till 2019 he was the head of the 6th Russian Army. Later he was a teacher in the Academy of General Staff in the Russian Federation, and today he is responsible for the South Donetsk and Zaporozhye front lines. Now let's move to Avdiivka. As you can see, there are a lot of icons in this area. The Russians are saying that they continue storming this town using the artillery guided bombs and air forces guided bombs, and the Institute of Study of War for the second day in a row reports that the Russians moved Wagnerians in this area. If you remember, yesterday we discussed that Institute of Study of War were saying that the Russians maybe would send Wagner forces in Avdiivka to complete the encirclement of operation, and in the morning's report they are saying that the Russians not just were planning, they have already sent some group of Wagner forces in Avdiivka, and the main goal of these forces is to complete the encirclement and to establish very powerful bridgehead around Avdiivka. So we can say that this is the second day in a row when Institute of Study of War reports about the redeployment of Wagners in the vicinity of Avdiivka. Now let's move to Bakhmut. There are very heavy clashes in the south part of Bakhmut. The Russians published video of sniper attacks on this Tchaikovskого street. That street is under Ukrainian control. If we take a look at the Institute of Study of War map, this map is updated, and now they're showing like these orange clouds is some kind of Russian claims, and usually the Institute of Study of War build their claims map based on some video or some confirmation without, let's say, real improvements. So as you can see, the Russians achieved significant success on the north part of Bakhmut, central north part of Bakhmut, and they managed to develop their bridgehead from the south, and now there are very heavy clashes, we can say, already in the central part, and I believe we can start counting days before the Ukrainians will be forced to step back from this area. Furthermore, this is not the only bad thing for the Ukrainians. One thing is to lose the central part of Bakhmut, another thing is to lose the western part of Bakhmut. And as you can see, the Russians do really have bridgehead on the western part of Bakhmut from the north and from the south. So anyway, sooner or later, the battles for Bakhmut will be moved from the central part to the western part. And this is going to be the final part of this story of Bakhmut. So, and that's it for this short update. Thank you for watching, subscribe to my channel, put your likes, join my Patreon, and have a good day. Bye bye.